the audience cheered during the murder sequence.
Well, this is a bloody murder sequence. I mean, this was when Sharon
It's a
Tate's body is
recreation of
slit
the-
open and her
Right.
child, her unborn child, is removed. And
No,
blood is...
that didn't happen, but that's a fine point. But yes, it was a bloody murder.
The audience cheered.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas...
Have you been to a Friday the 13th movie?
Unfortunately, but yeah, Nicholas, you're just sitting there so calm.
What do you want me to do? Cry? What do you want me to do? Have remorse and break down in
And
tears?
this is what I find interesting.
What is
You
the
say-
proper reaction
You won't
from a
say
Christian
that
point?
Hitler is evil. You sit there calmly. You want us...
What do you want? What's the right thing to do from the Christian point of view? Should I moan and whine about it?
Isn't this what you expect
We're
of
looking at
us?
human nature. If you can't accept it, that's your problem. I can.
Murder is always part of human nature.
Is it wrong? Is it
Always
wrong?
has.
Is it wrong to
What is
murder?
wrong?
Are you going to change it?
Is it wrong to murder?
Is it
Zena,
wrong
is it
to-
wrong to murder?
As it says in the Satanic Bible, can you love the blood-splashed jaws that rend you limb from limb? Is that wrong? Can you love and feel...
You haven't answered me.
I
Is it
am
wrong?
answering you.
Is it wrong to murder?
Depends
Will
on the
you answer me
circumstances.
and
No, you answer the question. Is it wrong to murder?
what is wrong? Murder is part of life.
We're telling you, we don't believe
I mean,
in good, evil, right, wrong dichotomy. If I come at you and you kill me in self-defense, is it wrong? Should you sacrifice
What is
yourself?
murder?
No, wait a minute.
Murder can't
That's
be
not
any,
murder.
Murder is no more wrong. Well, there, you're deciding.
Murder
what
is no
murder-
more wrong
okay,
than
then you're
what?
deciding,
You're deciding
what
what
murder
it is.
is.
What is it then? Define everything if you
All
want
I'm
to
saying
debate
is
it clearly.
there always has
Zena, we
been
got
murder.
6,000 years of human history to define what murder is.
That's right. So how are we
Killing
going to
is a
define it
part of
here?
animal behavior. Humans do it
Well, now,
more
you
than
see,
others.
I don't really believe that I would need to worry about walking down a dark alley and being followed by either of you
Absolutely
with
right.
a gun in your pocket. But what you have just said,
Let me
finish.
present a scenario
What you have
to
just said, articulated to the masses, particularly in a dysfunctional society where people are filled with all types of anger and rage because of past abuses, what you're really doing, I think, is potentially lighting a fuse. I'm not worried that you're going to pull a gun out of your pocket and shoot me in front of these cameras, but I don't know that somebody else might not do that
Okay,
because
well-
of what you said. You're
Okay,
not willing to condemn murder.
Let me answer your questions in 3 points. The masses. We have no regard for the masses. Satanism is a religion for the elite. It is a religion for leaders. It's a religion for competent people. It's not a religion for anyone who wants to be a Satanist. We don't say welcome
The
to the
homeless,
club.
the handicapped, those with
I don't
multiple
care.
sclerosis
I
need
don't
not
want the
apply.
homeless, the handicapped.
The
That's
people
your
in
job.
Mother Teresa's home
You've
for the dying and the destitute, they need not apply.
I don't want
Why
them. You've
should
taken
they?
that on your shoulders. That's your job. You're doing a great job with the homeless. You help everyone. We're helping those who help themselves, as it says in your Bible. And you can take the weak.
No, it doesn't say that in the Bible.
You can take the decrepit. You can take people who can't help themselves. We don't want them. It's simple. It's very
All we're
simple.
saying is if
The
you-
homeless you don't want to shelter?
No, I don't want to shelter people who can't take care of themselves. Why
You
can't
shelter
they?
The hungry, the
homeless
starving,
and
you
you
don't want
have
to feed?
more.
Gina, go ahead, Gina. What were you saying?
That produces more of the same. There has to be some change. If you look at the animal kingdom, how is the animal kingdom able to survive? There is no such thing as homeless.
Back to social Darwinism again. In the animal kingdom, you preserve what is strong.
Hang on.
You give more food to the stronger animal.
Until humans
you don't feed
intervene
the
and start
weaker
killing
one.
the
I'm
animals.
trying to...
There's no welfare in
Nicholas,
the animal
I'm
world.
trying to remain as academically detached as I possibly
It's not
can.
an academically
but what
detached
you're saying
question.
is so absolutely disgustingly outrageous. Now,
And
just
to
wait,
me-
just wait a minute. Let me...
To you,
To me,
Zena,
it's
Zena,
disgustingly outrageous
Zena.
that you would help these weak people who are draining our resources, who are causing so many problems. We could be doing positive things in the world.
Zena, I want to ask
These
you...
weaklings are taking away
Yeah,
all of our
well,
energy
that's-
and resources. And you've decided to help them. That's disgusting to me.
You've never been to a refugee camp.
Why would I possibly want to go to a refugee camp?
Zena, I've been
You have
there.
this
I wanna ask
masochistic
Zena.
love for
She's a woman.
weakness.
And what do you think that'll gain you?
Because
You wanna ask me?
women have more
'Cause women
sensitive
are
natures.
soft.
I just want to make sure it isn't this firm resolve of this man who's over.
If you're going to get a soft reaction from me because I'm a woman, then you
I'm
won't.
not. If you were in an Ethiopian famine camp,
What would
You
I
would-
be doing there?
you
Isn't
would
that the
not-
problem of the Ethiopian government, to take care of their own people? Why should we be taking
no, I tell you
care
what it's
of
the
them?
problem of. It's the problem of a communist totalitarian ideology in the Mengistu government that put those people in the place.
I agree with you
Philosophy,
there.
Well,
sir,
that's
a philosophy
fine. So
of
that's their-
dialectical materialism, a communist me-first
No, but-
philosophy
oh,
that is
nonsense.
not
Let me-
far from what you said.
See,
now,
that's-
just
okay,
wait,
let's
wait,
put
wait.
it back on an academic level.
No, let's get back to the refugee camp.
Okay, now,
You don't. I want to ask Zena. Zena, you don't want to feed starving people. You want them to die. That's what you're telling
Now,
me.
I like your salesman technique of putting words in people's
Well,
mouth.
then you speak for yourself.
Did I ever say I want them to die? I'm saying, why do they exist in the first
Would
place?
you feed them?
Why would they be allowed
Would
to
you raise
exist?
money? Would you do what you could to collect the resources to feed them?
Would a wolf raise money to collect resources
for the
to feed
whelps of the land.
a monkey in the tree?
Just yes or no, would you?
I'm using analogies. No, of course I wouldn't. If I did that, wouldn't they become more and more dependent on me and less dependent on themselves?
No, not
Oh, why is
necessarily.
that?
Well, that hasn't been proven yet.
No,
so.
not necessarily.
Well, if you look at the welfare state we have and the people who are on welfare,
What are
isn't
they
it
doing
true
to
that there are
improve their lot?
generations of
Nothing.
there are generations of welfare recipients?
I
it's not
understand
like
that.
it's not like just a temporary thing.
No one's defending welfare.
Well, but it's all the
Here's-
same
look,
concept.
But we're talking about
You
people.
just-
No. We're not talking about either lazy people or incompetent people.
Incompetent people.
No,
Yes, we are.
sir.
The Ethiopian government is incompetent.
But the people who suffer the starvation did
Why
not.
do we have a responsibility to help them unless we believe this nonsense in the Bible?
Because they're,
if we're realists, we
because they're
don't
human
have any.
beings. Because they feel pain. Because they suffer. Because they hurt. Does not the hurt and pain
That
of
isn't
another
enough. That isn't enough reason
Does
for
not the hurt and suffering of another human being at all
if
touch your...
if the human being is worthy
So
of
what
my
you're
attention, I love people who are worthy of my love. That's very few.
And what you're saying
People
is
who
we
are
have-
strong, I admire them. I'll help them. I won't help people who are weak.
And
Okay.
what you're saying is we have to take the responsibility of other people's actions upon ourselves when we've done nothing, absolutely nothing, to have that result. We didn't do anything to
Does that
promote.
matter? They hurt. I mean, they're in pain. Does it matter? Does it matter? They hurt. I mean, you hurt. You call yourself an animal, but you hurt. You cut your finger. You bleed. You
And we take care
trip
of
and
it.
fall
We
and
take
break
care
your
of
leg.
it. Where's the
But
social agency that helps hurt Satanists? It doesn't exist. We help ourselves. And we encourage the same kind of self-discipline.
Well, you go to
and
the
fortitude.
same hospitals I can
And
go
let me
to.
tell you something. When I go to a hospital, they see I'm dressed in black. They look at what they call occult symbolism, and they say, oh, you're a Satanist. I get treated last. That's because
Well, you've chosen to wear the
and I'm proud of it. I'm not complaining. I'm
And
saying,
well, why don't they
look
say,
at the reality
you're
of the
wearing
world.
a camel hair blazer. You're a Christian. Why should we?
I wouldn't,
I'm not asking
I
for
wouldn't
help.
treat you last.
Okay, but I'm telling
I
you
wouldn't
that's
treat
This
you
is
the way
just
the
a
world is.
standard
We don't
hospital.
look for help. Why should we give help to